Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope the sound is a little bit better today. I do not know why it was off like that, and I don't know until it's completely over. Not going to get as riled up today, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the same topic as yesterday, but a little bit different take. After Coffee with Alain yesterday, I saw many more posts. People rejoicing in the murder of somebody, which is sickening. People calling for more violence, which is sickening. People angry and hate going back and forth with each other. I was called more names. One was actually a local guy. I don't know him. He was on a feed of an actual friend of mine. And that old part of me that, used to be in the bars and somebody said, let's go. I was like, okay, let's go. And it was on. That starts to come out. Go meet the guy. Probably teach him a thing or two. I doubt he spent the last 40 years training like I have, because he's a tough guy on the internet. But then you think, Alan, here's the deal. I know what social media does. I know how it's cued in and how the algorithms work to get people mad, get people upset, because when you're upset, you comment more. When you're angry, you make more comments and you engage more. And then that allows social media to charge more and get more revenue. And that's why posts that elicit anger and those kind of emotions, you see more of them and they're getting more traffic. And that's fueling money. Not money for us, money for the ones that own the platforms. And so they want that, and they will keep that going. And then that just gets people madder, and then they comment more. What we need to do is take a time out. Get away from social media. Maybe assess yourself. If you were rejoicing in the murder of somebody, maybe you need to look at yourself. What if that somebody would have been a loved one? Because that someone yesterday was a loved one. He was a father, a husband. And all the other people that got killed yesterday and the day before and today and tomorrow are loved ones of somebody. And rejoicing in their deaths, that's sick. Calling for more deaths, that's sick. Calling for a civil war, that's fucked in the head, because that's a ton of deaths. I mean, maybe we need to get off social media, take a break, assess yourself, some priorities, and what you could do positively rather than spew all the hatred and the name calling and this and that on social media, which then just sucks you back in because you want to see who responded. You called somebody a name, you got to go see how they responded. You got to see who's doing what. And it's a perpetual cycle. When I was at Hapkido class last night talking to Brian, he ignores it all. He stays off social media. He just very little. And I told him a lot of the stuff that was going on, because I was reading stuff to go on, just not to comment. The only ones I commented on were just a couple, and there were people I knew, and tried to comment with some sense. But Brian, none of that, and I was just more reading to get the feel of what was going on. And I shared some of that with Brian, the stuff that, I had read, the people rejoicing, the people hating, the people wanting civil war and all of this stuff going on. And he was just like, I'm really glad I don't partake in any of that. He goes, I don't need that in my life. Probably none of us need that in our lives. And that's why I think it's really important we take a time out, get away from it, do something positive, productive. That's what we need more of. I want to say good morning to Dixon says echo chamber algorithms is what people should be angry at. We're coming for you, Zuck, and all of your ilk. They're trying to make money, and they have found that it's easier to make money by being negative and inciting people to anger and so forth. That's the same reason we used to get it in the mail. Now we get it email and text messages from all the politicians trying to get us angry about what the other side is doing. So we send checks, because it is proven that people will write more money and send money in when they're angry at the other side than if the politician says, this is the good things I'm going to do. They don't get as much money. So many of those emails and text messages and things we get from politicians are making us angry at someone else, so we will send more money. A lot of it comes down to dollars. And again, it's taking our dollars to them by getting us upset. You start realizing that, maybe you can back off, take a time out, and not be manipulated and not get sucked into things. And I'll tell you, I understand it's hard. I can get sucked into things, and I know all this stuff. We all have emotions. We all have things that might trigger and get us excited, get us upset, get us emotional, and that's what they're trying to do. And the more of it that happens, they fuel it and feed it to keep it going because of the dollars. And that's why taking a time out, getting away from it, will do your mental health some good, might do your productivity some good, might even get something done that helps you and helps others. That's why today I'm going to stay off social media most of the day. I have some definitive things I have to accomplish for Reflex Protect, for some upcoming events and some different things I got to respond to. But I'm also going to work on my Karate Kid project and my Disney project, because those are both happy, feel good, fun projects that are going to help other people in those areas, and stay away from all the negativity and crap that fills the feeds. I advise you to do that a little bit too. Want to say good morning to Thad. Appreciate you being here. Want to say good morning to Chris. Chris and I haven't seen each other for a while, but we're both martial artists that have met at events here and there. And good to see you, Chris. Thank you for being here. I'm drinking out of a Lady in the Tramp mug. It has Lady in one of the pups. But the reason I'm drinking out of that mug today is the other side says love. I think we need a lot more love in the world and a lot less hate right now. Spend some time with those you love and care about. Get off the internet where the hate is being spewed, and don't partake in it. Take a time out. Life will be better for you, be better for all of us. Make it a fantastic Friday. We'll be back and see you tomorrow.